Based on the very limited anecdotal data I've presented to you, who would pick John? I would. Absolutely. What is it? Let's think about national trend data. What's John got going for him? We can assume that he's got a support system we know from at least his neighbors, right? What about the home? We can assume that school is important to someone there, and who said he goes to school? That's huge. He goes to school. Is John perfect? There's one word in his profile that should really stick out. Not such teachers. God. You're right. B is not perfect. But there's another word. Almost. I'll tell you what John has, and it's got to be taught. John has social capital. You know what that means? He knows how to deal with you. He knows how to deal with adults. He's comfortable around. I tell you who John is. John is Eddie Haskell. Look at the young people, look. Tang and Eddie Haskell. You remember Eddie from Leave It to Beaver? He knew how to treat you. John's late for class. I'm sorry, Mrs. Johnson. This will never happen again. My locker got stuck. I promise. He knows that. He makes you feel good about being you. He makes you feel good about being old. You like him, right? Walter doesn't have social capital. He's angry. But what about Walter might we want to tap into? Maybe. He extracurricular activities. So we might want to interact with a coach. He works far below what? Potential. So here's Walter. See if you know him. Walter makes an A for you, goes right down the hall in the same building and drives you to drink. He's that kid. Because unless there's a connection, no performance. Forget about your pedagogy. You can differentiate your heart out. Really. He's just not connecting. So the connection is so important to kids like Walter. Now, does John need us?
Yes.
Absolutely. See, we say John didn't need us. He's got it made. And that's the stuff that Columbine was made of. Every child needs us. Forget the profiles. And Walter needs us too. You guys look young. They are young, right? Okay. Okay, this is my license. Here you go, young person. Read my first and middle name.
Hodge John.
No. You said she could see.
John Walter.
John Walter. Everything, thank you very much. Everything you see on this slide is true about me. Everything. It represents two ways of looking at the same kid. You probably did like this, right? Go from left to right. Doesn't it make sense that a great athlete is more interested in extracurricular activities, and since I'm old, I can call myself great. The older I get, the better I was. Can you be a B student who works far below your potential? Yeah. A's in honors classes, and I made an F in typing. And my sometimes verbally abusive father said, how in the bleep could you do that, right?